This video is about famous Hollywood celebrities and people who passed away in December 2020 in the United States. Before we proceed, please subscribe to our channel to support us. Pamela Tiffin. She was born in October 1942 and she died in December 2020. Her age was 78 at the time of her death, and the reason for her death was undisclosed. Pamela Tiffin was an American actress and model who was a popular star in the 1960s. A two-time Golden Globe nominee, she was known for her effervescent performances in comedies like Billy Wilder's 1, 2, 3 and the musical The Pleasure Seekers. She later became a major star in Italian comedy films before retiring from acting in the mid-1970s. Natalie Desselle Reid. She was born in July 1967 and she died in December 2020. Her age was 53 at the time of her death, and the reason for her death was colon cancer. Natalie Desselle Reid was a beloved American actress known for her vibrant and comedic performances. She was best known for co-starring with Halle Berry as the flamboyant Mickey in the 1997 cult classic comedy BAPS. She also had a starring role as Janie Agins on the UPN sitcom Eve and appeared in other films, including Tyler Perry's Medea's Big Happy Family. Tommy Lister Jr. He was born in June 1958 and he died in December 2020. His age was 62 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death were complications from hypertensive and atherosclerotic cardiovascular disease. Tommy Lister Jr. was an American character actor and former professional wrestler, instantly recognizable from his imposing 6'5" physique and intimidating presence. He was best known for his iconic role as the neighborhood bully Debo in the 1995 comedy classic Friday and its sequel. He also appeared in major films like The Fifth Element and had a successful career as the wrestler Zeus in the WWF. Charlie Pride. He was born in March 1934 and he died in December 2020. His age was 86 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death were complications from COVID-19. Charlie Pride was a trailblazing and legendary American country music singer who was the genre's first black superstar. A former baseball player, he broke through racial barriers in the 1960s to become one of the most successful artists in the country music history, with dozens of #1 hits, including his signature song, Kiss an Angel, Good Morning. He was inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame and became a beloved and respected icon. Brody Lee. He was born in December 1979 and he died in December 2020. His age was 41 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis. Born John Huber, Brody Lee was a highly respected and beloved professional wrestler known for his versatility and skill. He first gained widespread fame in WWE as Luke Harper, a menacing member of the Wyatt family. He later joined All Elite Wrestling as the Exalted One, the charismatic leader of the Dark Order, a role that showcased his immense talent before his untimely death. Barry Lopez. He was born in January 1945 and he died in December 2020. His age was 75 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death were complications from prostate cancer. Barry Lopez was a highly acclaimed and influential American author and nature writer, a winner of the National Book Award for his 1986 masterpiece, Arctic Dreams. His work was celebrated for its lyrical prose, its deep ecological consciousness, and its profound exploration of the relationship between human culture and the natural landscape. He was a revered voice in environmental and travel literature. Ezra Vogel. He was born in July 1930 and he died in December 2020. His age was 90 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death were complications from a surgery. Dr. Ezra F. Vogel was a prominent American scholar of East Asia and a professor emeritus at Harvard University. He was a leading authority on modern Japan and China, and his influential 1979 book, Japan as #1 Lessons for America, became a massive bestseller. He was a highly respected public intellectual whose work shaped American understanding of East Asia for decades. Leslie West, he was born in October 1945 and he died in December 2020. His age was 75 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was cardiac arrest. Leslie West was a legendary American rock guitarist and singer with a powerful voice and a famously massive guitar tone. He was a co-founder and frontman of the pioneering hard rock band Mountain. He's best known for the band's iconic 1970 anthem, Mississippi Queen, a classic rock staple that showcased his raw, heavy guitar sound, which influenced countless hard rock and heavy metal guitarists. Joe Louis Clark, he was born in May 1938 and he died in December 2020. His age was 82 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death were complications from a long illness. Joe Louis Clark was an American high school principal who became nationally famous for his controversial and uncompromising leadership at East Side High School in Paterson, New Jersey. His tough, discipline-focused methods, which included roaming the hallways with a bullhorn and baseball bat, were famously chronicled in the 1989 film Lean on Me, where he was portrayed by Morgan Freeman. He became a symbol of tough love educational reform. Dick Thornborough, he was born in July 1932 and he died in December 2020. His age was 88 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was undisclosed. Richard Dick Thornborough was a distinguished American lawyer and Republican politician. He served as the governor of Pennsylvania and later as the United States Attorney General under Presidents Ronald Reagan and George H.W. Bush. As Attorney General, he oversaw major prosecutions and played a key role in the passage of landmark Americans with Disabilities Act of 1990. David Lanter, he was born in June 1947 and he died in December 2020. His age was 73 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death were complications from multiple sclerosis. David Lanter was an American actor, comedian, and writer who became a television icon for his role as Andrew Squiggy Squigman on the classic sitcom Laverne and Shirley, alongside his partner Michael McKean as Lenny. His character was one of the most memorable and hilarious greaser neighbors in television history. He was also a dedicated activist for multiple sclerosis awareness, having been diagnosed with the disease himself. Chuck Yeager, he was born in February 1923 and he died in December 2020. His age was 97 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was undisclosed. Charles Chuck Yeager was a legendary American test pilot and a decorated United States Air Force general who was a true icon of the jet age. In 1947, he made history by becoming the first human to officially break the sound barrier, piloting the Bell X-1 rocket plane. His incredible skill and right stuff courage were immortalized in the book and film The Right Stuff, and he is widely regarded as one of the greatest pilots of all time. Paul Sarbanes, he was born in February 1933 and he died in December 2020. His age was 87 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was undisclosed. Paul Sarbanes was a long-serving and highly respected Democratic politician who served 5 terms as a United States Senator from Maryland. He was a powerful and influential legislator, best known as the co-author of the landmark Sarbanes-Oxley Act of 2002. This major piece of legislation established sweeping new accounting and corporate governance regulations in the wake of major corporate scandals. Martin Sandoval, he was born in January 1964 and he died in December 2020. His age was 56 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death were complications from COVID-19. Martin Sandoval was an influential and powerful Democratic politician from Illinois. He served for many years in the Illinois State Senate, where he rose to become the chairman of the powerful Transportation Committee. His long career in state politics ended in a major federal corruption investigation to which he pleaded guilty. Pat Patterson, he was born in January 1941 and he died in December 2020. His age was 79 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was liver failure. Pat Patterson was a legendary and hugely influential figure in the world of professional wrestling, both in and out of the ring. a WWE Hall of Fame wrestler. He was the first ever Intercontinental Champion. After his in-ring career, he became Vince McMahon's right-hand man and was the creative genius behind the iconic Royal Rumble match, making him one of the most important architects of the modern WWE. Arnie Robinson. He was born in April 1948 and he died in December 2020. His age was 72 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death were complications from COVID-19. Arnie Robinson Jr. was a world-class American track and field athlete who specialized in the long jump. He was a two-time Olympic medalist, winning a bronze medal in the 1972 and reaching to the pinnacle of his sport by winning the gold medal at the 1976 Montreal Olympics. He was a dominant long jumper for a decade and was inducted into the National Track and Field Hall of Fame. Rayford Johnson. He was born in August 1934 and he died in December 2020. His age was 86 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death were complications from a stroke. Rayford Johnson was an American decathlete and film and television actor. He was the 1960 Olympic gold medalist in the decathlon, having won silver in 1956. He had previously won a gold at the 1955 Pan American Games. Johnson was the United States team's flag bearer at the 1960 Olympics and lit the Olympic cauldron at the 1984 Summer Olympics. Ray Perkins. He was born in November 1941 and he died in December 2020. His age was 79 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was undisclosed. Ray Perkins was a veteran American football coach at both the collegiate and professional levels. He famously succeeded the legendary Paul Bear Bryant as the head coach of the University of Alabama football team. He also served as the head coach for the two NFL teams, the New York Giants and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and was known for his tough, disciplined style. Lorenzo Taliaferro. He was born in December 1991 and he died in December 2020. His age was 28 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death were complications from a heart attack. Lorenzo Taliaferro was a former professional football player who was a running back in the NFL. He was drafted by the Baltimore Ravens and played for the team for 3 seasons. A talented and powerful runner, his promising career was hampered by injuries before his life was tragically cut short. Brandon Bernard. He was born in July 1980 and he died in December 2020. His age was 40 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was execution. Brandon Bernard was an American man who was executed by the United States federal government for his role in a 1999 double murder committed when he was 18 years old. His case drew widespread attention due to his young age at the time of the crime and because he did not pull the trigger. Despite high-profile appeals for clemency, his execution was carried out during the final weeks of the Trump administration. Kevin Green. He was born in July 1962 and he died in December 2020. His age was 58 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death were complications from a heart attack. Kevin Green was a legendary and incredibly tenacious professional football player who was a linebacker and defensive end in the NFL. A member of the Pro Football Hall of Fame, he was a 5-time Pro Bowl selection and one of the most prolific pass rushers in the league history, ranking 3rd all-time in sacks at the time of his death. After his playing career, he became a successful and respected assistant coach, winning a Super Bowl with the Green Bay Packers. Frankie Randall. He was born in September 1961 and he died in December 2020. His age was 59 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death were complications from Parkinson's disease and dementia. Frankie the Surgeon Randall was an American professional boxer who was a 3-time world champion in the light welterweight division. He was best known for being the first boxer to ever defeat the legendary Julio Cesar Chavez, ending his incredible 90-fight unbeaten streak in a major upset in 1994. He was a skilled and tough competitor who was a major figure in boxing during the 1990s. Samuel Little. He was born in June 1940 and he died in December 2020. His age was 80 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death were complications from diabetes, heart disease, and other illnesses. Samuel Little wasn't a medical serial killer who was convicted of murdering 8 women, though he confessed to 93 murders committed between 1970 and 2005. The FBI confirmed his involvement in at least 60 of his slayings, making him the most prolific serial killer in the history of the United States. He preyed on vulnerable women, and his crimes went unsolved for decades. Thanks for watching the video. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Have a nice day.